The little girl just pointed at the persimmon tree, and the fruits started falling like rain. Her family rushed to pick them up. Then she mumbled, "It would be nice to have some meat too." Unexpectedly, rabbits from all over the mountains came crashing to their deaths under the tree. Even the father was shocked by what he saw. Later he took the girl to the river to catch fish, but half an hour passed and they caught nothing. Seeing how hard her dad was working, she pointed at the water and whispered a curse. Suddenly, fish leapt out of the river and landed ashore. Turns out the girl was a blessed spirit reincarnated. Anyone who treated her well would be rewarded. But 3 days ago, a flash flood hit the village. Her whole family was buried under the rubble. When villagers dug her out, she had already stopped breathing. The village chief wept and cried to the sky. Then a thunderclap shook the clouds. A meteor landed on the girl's forehead, and she suddenly coughed. The chief rushed her to the hospital overnight. The next day, he went to ask her uncle to adopt her, but the aunt refused again and again, saying they barely had food since the disaster. The uncle wanted to take her in, but the cruel aunt wouldn't agree. She even accused the girl of being a cursed child, bringing death to her parents and misfortune to the village. The villagers avoided her, and the girl quietly shed a tear. Seeing her pitiful state, a man stepped forward. He picked her up and said he would adopt her, but the man was so poor he couldn't afford food. He also had a son and a sick wife at home, so the wife complained. But the man did everything he could to persuade her. Winter was coming. He couldn't let the child freeze on the streets. The girl gently tugged at the woman's sleeve, and softly said she didn't eat much. The woman looked at her poor little face, and finally gave in. She brought out their last bowl of corn porridge, and fed it to the girl. When the boy learned he had a new sister, he was overjoyed. The next day they were eating porridge again. The girl took one sip and said it was poisoned. She grabbed her mom's hand, and a vision of the future flashed in her mind. Turns out the poison had been in the well for years, put there by the neighbor. It had no effect on men, but slowly harmed women's health. The girl told her parents the truth, and they stopped drinking the water. After the parents left, the brother asked, "Can you punish that bad ant?" The girl smiled, and whispered a few words. Soon, the bad ant started rolling on the floor in pain. The siblings clapped and cheered. That day, their father saw the rice jar was almost empty, so he decided to go hunting. The girl calculated their fortune, and said the day wasn't lucky, so she insisted on going too. The brother followed along. As they stepped outside, a neighbor mocked them, and swore to eat feces if they actually caught something. But what they didn't know was that the girl's arrival would completely change this family's fate.